So on the bench today, my fine friends, check out what we got. A bass case. What's in the case? In this big old bass case, what's it say it is? A TKL world-class bass case. I got this at a yard sale for $20. And I made it into a, ta-da, my live rig. This is all my pedals, my vocal pedals, my wireless, my power supply, my mic stand, my iPad stand, a place for my mic mounts into. And I made this out of a bass case. I put a piece of wood along the bottom of it and glued that down with construction adhesive. I glued that down to the base of the case itself. Then I screwed down a microphone stand mount that used to have legs on it, took the legs off, mounted the central portion, solid as a rock, and then put some heavy blue styrofoam and cut it out. Layered this part with some carpet so that all my Velcro, my pedals stick. Lined it also with some black sheeting. This is up here is large foam. Look, see stuff stuck behind it. This is one of the reasons I brought it in. I've had this thing for about 2 years now since I made it, and it's just, this stuff's kind of wanting to fall out. As you can see, my corners come untucked. It's all filthy dirty. My pedals are filthy dirty. We're talking about 2 years use of this thing. Just gotta do it. So I also want to change up some of the configuration. My signal path, if anybody wants to know, comes out of this G10 Line 6 G10 wireless, out of this into my handy dandy God wah. Go back in the videos and you'll see I modified a wah to have a Q factor and a gain knob and true bypass, and see what I mean by the stuff coming out covering stuff. My LED. So this is the God wah that I built back quite a long time ago. Go back, check it out. Out of the wall, we come over here to the tuner. This Digitech Hardwire HT2. This is no longer made. I don't think they don't make this model anymore. I like it just fine. One of the things I like about it is I have it set for half step down, and every time I turn it on, it goes right back to that mode. So when I see E, it's actually not E. It's actually a half step down from that. So just helps my mind sometimes. I don't know why. Anyway, go into that. Out of this, the through out that is not muted whenever the pedal is on, the through out goes around and goes into this so that my vocal signal, vocal pedal rather, receives guitar signal to recognize key to help with harmonies and all that stuff. And that's all I use this for. I do not use this as a guitar effect. Even whenever I'm playing my acoustic guitar, I only use this to put a signal into with my guitar, not my signal out of my guitar. I only have the vocal out. Out of the mute side of this, we go in first into the gain stages. First is the Golden Plexi by Tone City. Then we have the overdrive, which is basically almost like an OD1 circuit. I built this pedal. You can go back and you can check in the, I built that pedal and I really like it, one I built. Out of that, we go to the input side of the Electro-Harmonix noise gate, the silencer. And it also is an effects loop. And that's actually what I use this for more than anything, is an effects loop versus a noise gate. Rarely use it as a noise gate, rarely turn it on. But it's supposed to, I don't know, has a buffer in it so that you can run your modulation and go into the front end of amps and it work better. And it actually does. It's sort of like having a built-in effects loop. So the output of this, input, output goes into my amp. The send side goes into first the Univibe. I go just out of the right side, the vibrato side of my old vintage Dunlop Univibe. Love this pedal. Then I go into the more Rieco is my delay pedal, and then I have a chorus pedal, the TC Electronics Mini Corona This is not the one with the mash, but it does have the tone print, but I have it on the factory settings. I tried a bunch of the different tone prints for that and found I just like the one. Got some controllers in here that control some of the little ambient stage lights that we have. A mess of cords again. I need to do this. This plug runs the vocal effect. This plug goes into this. It's not the one that came with it. This is I changed it to a 1 amp from a 1/2 amp that came with it, just so I know it would have plenty of amperage, good clean power. And there's my mic stand. Like I said, all that. Earplugs. Got to have some earplugs for whenever you're in a tight venue right by the drum set. Not that my drummer is again, I don't want to say my drummer, the drummer of the band I'm in, I should say. He's very dynamic and understands small venues, but cymbals are, you know, only so quiet even when you hit them light, and that kind of cracks in the ear after being, you know, beside it for a while. So, but I want to change up some stuff from this. The 12-volt output of this I actually run into, if you look real close here, all along the perimeter. I have, sorry, I'm probably making you sick here. I have a strip of LEDs, and those LEDs help me see, as well as there's LEDs on the outputs of these. Helps me see. But I really just need to clean it up and clean the cables up and re-glue some of the stuff that's fallen down out of this here and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to show it to you guys in this iteration, and after I get it all cleaned up and I'm changed some stuff up, and I don't know, I might add a couple pedals, I don't know, it just depends. See what I come up with. But this was a good solution for me, because a lot of times I just open it up, let this side set down, and I set my monitor on that. If not, whenever my microphone's sticking up out of here, this lid will close down to about right there and hit my mic stand, and that's fine too. I can only tap my pedals with my right foot. I don't have that kind of control over my left foot. So I have to spread them all out. I can't really stack them up because I can't really stand on my left foot well enough to dangle my right foot accurately and hit a pedal. I have to have my heel on the floor with my right foot and hit it, because I got to stabilize myself, because my left foot don't work so great, or left leg. So anyway, not that you even cared about that. I don't even know why I put that in there, but hey, now you know something about me. It worked great, and it still works great. There's, again, some things in the configuration I want to change. One of the big things is I want to move this over so that when I'm plugging my cable that goes to my amp, I'm not sitting here between these. It's kind of awkward getting it in there, and then the cable has to kind of bend around this, and I want to redo that. I want to move this over, and I'll change my cable configuration to do that. So anyway, guys, that's the bass case pedal board. If you got any questions about how I did any of this or anything like that, you know, feel free to make a comment. Again, if you got any questions on how to modify a wah pedal, go back into my archives, or if you want to build a phenomenal overdrive, this is still available from China. Wait a minute, I didn't get this from China. I got this, I believe, from The Fretwire, and I don't know if they still have these or not. I haven't been on there in a while looking at pedals, but I know that you can buy these on eBay for, you know, 20 bucks all day. You just got to build it yourself. You got to drill all the holes, you got to do all that, but I gave you a step-by-step video series on how to do it for this exact pedal, and it's phenomenal. The delay I built, honestly, just never happy with it. I think the reason I wasn't happy with it is the little potentiometers that they send with these, for whatever reason, in that delay, they always were very noisy, and if you got them in the wrong spot, they didn't want to feed right. And I'm going to end up taking that whole circuit board and putting it into a larger spectrum with a reverb and a delay, put it in a larger size case, maybe like this on its side with 2 buttons, or maybe even just a regular size case like this with 2 buttons, adding in a little reverb circuit and just layering it. But Till then, who knows? All right, enough rambling. All righty, guys. Share the music. Share the love. Peace out.